Before Japan's occupation in 1910, Korean women lived traditional lives in rural villages, focusing on family and agriculture. Their daily routines were governed by Confucian values, emphasizing modesty and hard work. Young girls often helped with household chores, while elders managed family affairs. The peaceful rhythm of life would soon be shattered by Japanese colonial rule, which systematically dismantled Korean culture and autonomy. This period marks the calm before a storm of unimaginable suffering. From 1910 to 1945, Japan enforced brutal colonial policies in Korea, erasing national identity through forced assimilation. Koreans were forced to adopt Japanese names, language, and Shinto rituals. Resistance was met with torture and executions. By the 1930s, Japan intensified its exploitation, drafting Koreans as laborers and soldiers. This systemic oppression set the stage for the coercion of women into sexual slavery. Masked as voluntary service, the occupation was not just political, it was a cultural genocide. Japanese recruiters lured young Korean women with promises of factory jobs or nursing roles in patriotic service. Flyers targeted impoverished families, offering wages that could lift them from hardship. Many parents, desperate to feed their children, entrusted daughters to these recruiters. Yet these opportunities were traps. Once separated from their families, women were transported to military brothels, where their documents were destroyed. The lie of voluntary participation began here, with calculated deceit. For many, deception turned to outright violence. Soldiers and police raided homes, schools, and markets, dragging women away. Families who resisted were beaten or killed. Eyewitness accounts describe women tied together with ropes, thrown into trucks like cargo. Some were taken while fetching water or tending fields. These abductions were not isolated. They were systematic, sanctioned by military directives. The myth of voluntary comfort women collapses under the weight of these testimonies. Abducted women endured weeks in suffocating train cars or ship holds, deprived of food and sanitation. Many died en route. Others were assaulted by guards. Survivors recall the stench of vomit and blood, the sounds of weeping in the dark. These transports were designed to break spirits before arrival at comfort stations. Military logs confirm the deliberate, organized nature of these transfers, proof that Japan's later denials were fabrications. The journey itself was a war crime. At the stations, women were given numbers, not names. They served 20 to 30 soldiers daily, enduring beatings if they resisted. Medical care was rare, suicide attempts common. Japanese military doctors inspected them for STDs but provided no cure, only replacement. Internal documents reveal the system's cold efficiency. Rations calculated, schedules enforced. This was not prostitution. It was industrialized sexual slavery, orchestrated by the state. Survivors describe it as living death. Declassified documents dismantle Japan's voluntary narrative. A 1938 order from the War Ministry instructs troops to secure women to maintain discipline. Logistics reports detail payments to recruiters. Medical records list women as supplies. These are not rogue acts. They reveal a top-down system. Historians estimate 50,000 to 200,000 victims across Asia. Yet Japan still disputes these records, cherry-picking evidence to distort history. The truth is undeniable. This was state-sponsored slavery. As Japan lost World War II, officials burned countless comfort women records. Survivors were abandoned, some killed to hide crimes. The U.S. occupation overlooked the issue, prioritizing Cold War alliances. For decades, Japan claimed all records were lost, until survivors and researchers uncovered fragments. Even today, revisionists label victims as paid prostitutes. This erasure is not passive. It is an active campaign to silence history. The ashes of documents cannot erase memory. In the 1990s, Korean survivors like Kim Hak-sun shattered decades of silence. Their testimonies matched unearthed documents, proving coercion. NGOs built global awareness, but Japan responded with harassment. Right-wing groups sued survivors for defamation. Yet the women persisted. demanding not just apologies but legal accountability. Their courage forced the world to confront Japan's lies. As one survivor said, "We are not prostitutes. We are victims of war." Despite UN condemnations of the 2015 final agreement, Japan still avoids full accountability. Compensation comes from private funds, not the state. School textbooks whitewash the issue. Survivors, now in their 90s, race against time. Memorial statues are vandalized. Diplomats pressure Korea to remove them. This battle is about more than history. It's a warning. When crimes are denied, they can be repeated. The Comfort Women's legacy is a rallying cry. Never again.